Yo, yo, what up, what up? Good morning, GFG. Monday, July 8th, 2020. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-hosts in the house, Tyler, Mando. How you guys doing today?
Great, man. Great. I was in Mallorca over the weekend. Came back. Good summer.
Nice. I like that. How was the Real Vision conference? It was the Real Vision conference, right?
Yeah, Real Vision. Yeah. A lot of people there. Bit of group therapy, given the state of the market. But yeah, it was good.
Did you guys actually go through the group therapy in the banana zone? Was it like a bunch of bananas like around with candles?
They did have like a performance coach actually come up at one stage and do like a speech, which is good.
Huh?
It was good. Yeah, a bunch of different. What did he say?
Was it David Goggins?
No. She must have been like Swiss or something.
It wasn't David Goggins. It was just a Swiss woman. I love that. Listen, I love the idea of group therapy. Maybe we need that more often in conferences. Tyler, Mr. Freedom, how was the Freedom Weekend?
Freedom Weekend was fantastic, as it always is. A lot of time with the family, pool time, fireworks, just the barbecuing, all of it. Just all great Americana summertime fun. I was pretty unplugged too. I feel like I've been off for like over a week now, and it was a good few days to be away from crypto Twitter. I think
you missed nothing. You missed absolutely nothing. I purposely unplugged myself yesterday. As a matter of fact, I refused to look at the price of crypto until 8 p.m. or something. And because the time I was so bearish, I was like, surely we're at like 40K. And then opened, it was 56. And I was like, oh, okay. So anyways, I'm sure we'll talk about that, but you missed absolutely nothing on the timeline. Let me put it this way. Actually, if anything, the timeline was it has been shaking people out. Timeline's been shaking people out. What's going on? What's going on? People trying to shake other people out. I mean, shake yourself out. If you're a bear, just like deactivate your account and just go for a walk. I don't know. But anyways, today on the show, today, we got the market report as usual. Seems like we've bounced a little bit this morning. I'm sure Mando has a lot to say about that, and we'll see what happens. What happened over the weekend, blah, blah, blah. Not great, but also whatever it is what it is. And then Tyler's top 100. Let's see how many tops Tyler's got for us. It still feels like there's a lot going on in the space. So at least we're not dead like that. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and then that's about it. So let's get right into it right now. And now I do have my own jingles, so I can just press a button and play it.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
GM everyone. Yeah, we had a stronger weekend until about halfway through Sunday, and everyone freaked out and started to sell again. And I kind of went to bed, but as far as I could tell, overnight everyone kind of lost their marbles and thought we were basically heading down to 30K instantly. When I woke up, we were starting to bounce again. Bitcoin now is at 57K. Solana, I think, is higher on the day. Yeah, it's at 142 now-ish. ETH has bounced to just above 3,000. So decent bounce kind of across the board. Bitcoin dominance have been rising. It does look like both ETH and Solana bounced the nicest there. Interestingly, meme coins have been probably the biggest underperformers. So maybe some of these are looking slightly like crowded trades. I don't know, but the definitely seen altcoins outperform meme coins over the last few sessions, and majors outperforming everything. So yeah, it's probably been best to be in things like Solana, or I guess some of the ETH L2s have done okay, and some of the gaming coins have actually bounced back okay. But definitely feels like the sort of period where meme coins have borne the brunt of any of the sell-offs and haven't really bounced as strong on the bounces as well. In terms of like macro headlines, stocks just keep hitting the all-time highs. Like you can't hold these things down at the moment. We have pretty much all-time highs in all the magnificent 7 stocks happening right now. Looks like, I'm just going through them all now, Tesla's up again today, so that's continuing to move. Yeah, there was some worry that the French election would lead to a bit of a global sell-off just because no one was really predicting what happened. We had a little bit of a wobble and then European stocks higher and US stocks higher. So nothing really worrying there in terms of nothing really that's going to knock this market off, it looks like. So yeah, this week we have inflation, both CPI and PPI, and Jerome Powell's going to give a couple of speeches. I think he's actually going to give it to Congress. So maybe we'll get some more information there. The figure that came out on Friday, the NFP figure, indicates that we're probably going to get 2 rate cuts now this year, which was part of the reason why I think we saw a bit of a bounce. So we'll wait to see if CPI and PPI basically confirm that, in which case people, I think, will get pretty bullish on risk assets there. It feels like everything's going to all-time high. In terms of why crypto's been underperforming, it's mainly just been the supply issues, particularly in Bitcoin. So we have German government transferring another 1,000 Bitcoin, looks like, to exchanges today. Actually, I think it's 2 lots of 1,000, so just over 100 million. And then we have, obviously, the distributions from Mt. Gox could happen any day. We've already seen some of them, it looks like. And I haven't seen anything more about the US government selling, but maybe we could even see some of that. So that's been the main supply overhang. We saw about $450 million of inflows into institutional funds last week. So it was a decent week in institutional funds, but still feels as though people are worried about that overhang of Bitcoin, particularly the German government selling. We also have some big altcoin unlocks, 250 million this week.
Damn.
We're going to be seeing probably around $1 billion a month going forward now. So big figures, which obviously you got to find buyers for. So yeah, that's the world we're in.
All right. I guess we'll see where this week takes us. I mean, look, yesterday, on the timeline, man, this weekend, it seems like most of the people were calling for cycle top. It seems like people's favorite influencers sold everything and are now sidelined on this next potential leg up. I mean, how do you feel about that? We still the same. We're going to be a summer chop and then up only, or how you feel about it? I saw Ovi also write a whole thesis out. Everybody's typing a lot right now.
I've never seen a man tweet more after he's had a kid than Noah. He takes some time off, and I wake up every morning to a fucking 2-page thesis.
He's been typing a lot.
He's calling people out. He's getting me involved in debates. I'm like, I haven't signed up to any of this stuff.
Holy shit! You're right. Like I even have to like scroll to find the fucking thread.
Dude, he's going for it at the moment.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Hold on. There it is. What do you think? I mean, he said.
Yeah, I think this is kind of what we've already said, is that you read even the posts of these people that are bearish, a lot of them are just short-term bearish. So for a period of time where you see chop. If there's chop, like there are things that you can invest in which kind of benefit from the chop. I think chop leads itself to like DeFi sort of moves, like you can put stuff into an LP or, I've told you where my assets are. But like, I think this could easily happen. One thing I know about crypto is when everyone starts getting super bearish, it's a really good time to buy. We've hit the lowest level. We are at a level of fear and greed and market sentiment that we saw early last year when crypto was hanging out in the mid to low 20s on Bitcoin, right? Like that's where sentiment is. So that generally tells me we're at a good, and we're at 58K, 57.5K. Like seems like that's a good spot for me. So I think it's a good time to be buying, particularly as I've been saying, I've been buying Solana just because it feels so strong. And I really like the story there. They obviously today they launched a bug bounty for Firedancer, which makes me think that could be sooner than I expected, which I think got me bullish on that story. And then they've obviously had all the other improvements that we've been speaking about every single day. They hit a monthly high for total economic value last month, all-time high for that. They made $90 million. So the idea that Solana is going to drop in half or go to like sub 100, that would take its P ratio kind of closer to 50x, 40x. So to me, that just seems really mispriced for this. So yeah, I just think that there's actual fundamental reasons why you would buy Solana at this stage. And I think a lot of when you ask people why they're bearish, they're looking at charts and they tell you we've broken some sort of structure. We're bearish because we've done 5 straight weeks lower. I don't know how to tell you, but that makes me feel bullish. So
in a global bull market, technically that it's bullish, but I think a lot of people are actually calling for the top of the current bull market. It's like this structure in a bear market technically would be bearish, I guess. I'm not an expert. You, Tom, correct me if I'm wrong. And a structure like this in bull market is just another dip, right?
But in that so-called bear market, where do they think Bitcoin's going to? I think most of them are saying like mid 40s, right? Doesn't really feel that scary to me. Or maybe I'm one of these guys who's now seen a cycle, so with 2x levels. So, but yeah, that seems like a good buying opportunity all the way down to me. So even if we drop there, and what you're really trying to capture there is like a 10 to 15 to 20% move here in a major, which I also think can be very short-lived. They tend to hit those levels on a liquidation move rather than anything else. So yeah, I'm bullish.
Love to see it. Tyler, how you feeling? How you feeling today? You missed out on the timeline this weekend, so you probably tuned back in. So Thursday, Friday, you're probably out. Saturday, Sunday, you're out. You come back Monday, and it's the exact same price as Wednesday, minus you didn't have to go through a roller coaster of emotions.
The timeline feels like bears are in control, which is a situation which I hate. But it almost feels like you're dumb to be bullish here. I agree with Mando's thoughts. Like everyone who's bearish is basically just showing charts. They don't have any fundamental reasons behind it, other than maybe they're posting like, oh, celeb coins were the top signal, and we all should have seen this coming. Like, okay, but no one has any real substance behind their arguments. It seems more and more folks are just pointing to just the lack of progress in crypto this year. Like I shared a post from like Tim Copeland yesterday, the editor-in-chief over at The Block. It just feels like that is the becoming like a consensus or like popular take, just to be bearish on the state of crypto in 2024. And it all feels like it's stemming from just like the state of this meme coin cycle, I guess. I was checking the charts last night. It was not a fun night to be tracking the charts in the Central Time Zone.
Oh, Jesus.
Every time I opened the chart, it was the price. It was down $500. But then we woke up this morning, of course, and it was all back. So
this is something I think
concerned. Yeah,
this is something I think crypto gets wrong a lot. Is Bitcoin is 55% of the market. ETH is about 17% of the market, 18%. Solana is about 3 or 4% of the market, and stables are around just shy of 10, around 10% of the market. So you have 85 to 90%, depending on where we are, of the market is made up of stables, Bitcoin, ETH, and Solana. All right. And we spend most of our time talking about the other 10%. We spend most of our time talking about memes or failed altcoins, which don't, in the grand scheme of like crypto market cap, they just don't mean that much. They really don't. Like they're very like, oh yeah, sorry, these DAOs failed, or oh, this DeFi project failed. Doesn't really affect crypto, if I'm honest. And I think that's one thing that people are getting bearish on. They're getting bearish on celeb coins. Like celeb coins are just nothing in this market. They are tiny. They are dots in a $2 trillion market here. I think just are you bullish about the state of Bitcoin? Yes, I am. Are you bullish about Solana at 3% of the total market cap of crypto? I'm very bullish on that. Are you bullish on stables only being 10% of crypto market cap? Bullish on that. I think they're going to grow exponentially. And are you bullish on ETH? I think that's been the one that people have a bit more debate about, but I'm still very bullish on it. So if you're bullish on 85% of the market, you're bullish on crypto. You can get really bearish on the other 15% and be like, oh, all these failed utility-based projects. But who cares? Like,
it's I said Andrew Kang tweet this weekend saying that almost every altcoin or meme coin is going to fail, but it sounds like Gary Vee back in 2021 saying 99% of NFTs is going to zero. And that's not a knock even Gary Vee. It's just calling the obvious, right?
Yeah, it's incredibly obvious. Like we're launching 100. Like Pumped Up Funds launched what 100,000 coins, 1 million coins. Of course,
Probably a million, closer to a million, right? Closer to a million, probably. Do we know how many coins have been launched? I mean, it was like 20K a month at some point, Mando. What was it? $500,000 a month?
500,000 a month. I don't know how many, but it would be in the millions
Oh,
for sure.
oh yeah. No, it's way over a million. Then we're over. They pulled a little trick on people this weekend, saying that they're shutting down. I wouldn't have really fallen for that, but they obviously are not shutting down. There's don't worry, the casino stays on, y'all. I saw a tweet this week. It was funny. Speaking of pumping up fun, this guy was live streaming himself fighting a kangaroo for a token. So this Aussie guy was literally fighting a kangaroo. I just saw it on someone's tweet. I didn't even go myself and check. That was funny. Another thing that happened this weekend. I thought that you guys would find funny because it's the first thing that I see here. The German government. You remember this weekend? People were like, "Oh no, they decided not to sell anymore. They're buying. They weren't buying. They just got refunded. Their sell orders that didn't fill."
We were victory lapping their refund there for a few hours.
Everyone was like, "Yo, German government's turned around. They're buying." No, motherfucker. This morning they woke up and they've transferred 9,000 Bitcoin to Kraken, Flow Traders, Coinbase, Bitstamp, Carberland, and B2C2 Group. I don't even know half of these exchanges. Can I ask you guys something? Actually, Mando, like, why do you need so many exchanges? It's just because there's not enough Bitcoin OTC. Like, have the OTC that's run out of Bitcoin?
It is wild. Like some of these, I would not.
Do you use B2C2 or Kraken? Okay, Coinbase. Okay, Bitstamp. Yeah, it's Robinhood.
We used to trade with Flow Traders when I was back at.
No, yeah.
They're like a big ETF market maker as well. I don't know. Like they're just spraying playing. I think I just read that they just sent another bunch. Is this what you're reading too? No, like literally a couple of minutes ago, they sent another.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. That's the tweet. Actually, no, that was 7 hours. Yeah, that's it. I think that's the tweet. Yeah, that's 10.
There's more. Yeah,
6 minutes ago. That's
6 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, another 10,000 Bitcoin. That's why I pulled it up.
Isn't this just like so bullish though? I'm sorry, but yeah, I know they're going to sell, but at the end of the day, after this is gone, isn't that just like a really bullish? Another pocket of supply is gone.
I don't even know what's bearish about this. Like I thought, like with all the inflows we have, I thought to me this is flat news, but clearly it's bearish on the market. I'm not saying it's bullish news either, right? It's not, but this flat. No.
If we were sitting here and the total economic value of Solana was at an all-time low, and then the German government has come to sell, you could be like, wow, this could be really bad. But we're not. This has been the cycle where you've seen a lot of stuff happen on these blockchains, albeit being meme coins, but that's still a lot of stuff has happened. At the same time, you're also seeing massive adoption of ETFs and stable coins and transfer crypto as a form of payment and a form of transfer. I don't know. I just sit here and just think this is a really unique time. If someone told me that sentiment would be at the lowest it's been since crypto was at 24K or whatever it is, at 57K, and Solana was printing the highest revenue it's ever printed, I would normally, even speak to these chartists guys and say, look, this is the fundamental thing in front of you. Are you a buyer or a seller? I think most of them would be a buyer, but you get caught up trying to chase the final taste of a down move.
Yeah, no, that was the news, right? Bitcoin continues to flow out of German government's wallets, and on weekends they did not buy Bitcoin yesterday. Instead, not all their sell orders were filled, so the unsold Bitcoin was returned to their account. So not only did they dump the shit out of Bitcoin on the 4th of July, and straight up, just like full stack, but they also continued over the weekend while the burgers were asleep and in the Hamptons in their own clubs, celebrating in their clubs in the Hamptons, celebrating that. Man, Wizard is so funny. Anyways, I think that's a good roundup market wise. I'm not sure where we are on memes actually. Let me pull it up real quick. Looks like Pepe had a 10% bounce over 24 hours, back above $4 billion. WIF had a bounce at some point, but it's hanging around 173. Same for Bonk, actually bounced 15% over 24 hours.
Yeah, Bonk's been the move.
Wow, Bonk's been the move. So that's been bounced. I mean, again, like memes showing that they're the ones bouncing, and memes are showing that they're the beta this season again, like the cycle.
I would say the opposite. This has not been a great week for memes.
Compared to alts, like
You should check back in on your alts. Most of the alts actually have done better than memes this week. This has been one of the interesting things I've thought is that maybe they've become a bit more consensus this week as the only alt to own. I don't know, but the top memes, some of the mid cap memes have slightly outperformed.
Yeah.
But Bonk's the only real one that's up. Everything else is down decent amount.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking. Dude, Arbis is 60 cents. What's optimism? Like optimism 120. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's wild. It's definitely a tough time for the all market injury. Anyways, Tyler, what do you got for us today, Mr. Tyler? Hold on. Where did I hide his intro there?
For daily NFT and crypto analysis. Tyler D on Fomo hour cause the kid can't miss.
Ready to bash some bears. We'll go through a proper full top 10 here this morning to catch folks up from the weekend. Top story, crypto majors, they fell last night and they recovered overnight. Bitcoin lagging, Solana leading. Speaking of Solana, they saw more volume than ETH plus ARB combined both days this past weekend, according to DeFi Llama. So pretty big stats there. Donald Trump has begun talks of using Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset for the U.S. if he is elected. Over in the meme streets, meme leaders continue to dip, but some reversing this morning. Bonk leads. Billy looking very strong from the new meme coin group. Blast Gold. It's going to be distributed today following the latest guide. We can get into some of the nuances there. Fantasy Top is kicking off its next season of tournaments, I think here in 1 hour, 30 minutes. So they are back in the fantasy streets. Over on Telegram Ton, their hamster combat games. They have apparently reached 200 million users in 80 days and are gaining 4 to 5 million per day. And according to a story I read from CoinDesk, disrupting the Iranian election. So I thought that was another notable story. In NFTs, Punks nearing 29 ETH during this ETH dip. So they are creeping up, seeing some solid mid-tier sales. ETH NFT leaders definitely red on the week. Pudgies are leading at 10.6, one of the few green sets on the week. And a funny story, perhaps funny, depending where you fall here, the bankrupt fund 3AC, Three Arrows Capital, they bought a Searlight 1-of-1 Neon Village for 20 ETH on credit due to a forgotten bid that had been locked in the contract for about 3 years. And then in other art news, a little more on the bearish side, Fidenza sold for 20 ETH. That's the lowest Fidenza sale since July 2021.
Wow, that is a wild stat. That is a wild stat. Let's start with some meme coins here. I know we kind of touched on it quickly, but that Billy coin, it ain't going nowhere. Sheesh. I mean, I'm seeing it all over the timeline. That's for sure. Didn't take the trade, missed the trade, was away, but not coping either. Just love to see it. Like people cooking on that. You know what I mean? I always get these replies. I say, "Oh, for real, we don't post Billy. Are you coping?" I'm like, "No, I'm not coping, dude. I respect the pump. You know, shit. I respect the pump." So what's the latest on that? Does it have exchanges? Does it have what's?
I don't think a whole lot of news. So they did the CTO fairly early on. I think basically during that first big pullback. Then I mean, it's basically been up only since then. Just printing higher highs, higher lows. Chart looks fantastic. I did get into this around 75 million. So disclosure, I do hold some Billy token.
GG's.
I don't have a set target for this one just yet. I was coming into it playing for maybe like a 2 to 3x. So already getting up there.
Absolutely love to see it.
It's looking strong. I feel like that it's kind of positioned as like the anti-celeb coin, like back to basics. Like we're just gonna trade cute animals again, and that seems to have been part of the thesis.
100%. How do we feel about memes here, Mando?
I'm a little bit more cautious on the top ones. That's basically where I'm at. I think they haven't outperformed on the bounces, and I said that the other day when Pepe didn't really outperform ETH when it was like bouncing. So I'm definitely more cautious on them. I think the top ones could see a little bit of a lag versus some of the mid-tier ones. Like Mog looks better than Pepe. Popcat looks better than Whiff to me. So ones which have a few more tourists in them seem a bit more worrying to me than ones that, or like the ones that are coming up a little bit more, or like lower cap ones that they seem to be bouncing around. But yeah, I mean, I've said this to you, like that's just the way I look at it right now. They look a little bit dangerous. And then now, to be clear, like some of them I think will be great buys, but I think you got to work out which ones and when. I think for me, I've already been very public that I think Pepe is a long-term meme. So that'd be one I'd want to buy as it goes lower, even if it looks bad. But it's one of those ones with a longer term time horizon than anything I think is going to outperform. It looks like some of those major memes look a little bit weak to me.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see where the memes go, but it seems like they've been pretty highly correlated. Any new memes come up, Tyler, this weekend? Nothing, right? It feels like there's not much. It's just same memes that we're still trading, right? Last few months.
Yeah, I didn't really see any hot new ones.
Billy was it, right? The most recent hot.
Giga. Yeah. Giga's gone to like 150.
Oh, Giga's a big mover.
Yeah, Giga's a big.
I think there's bin.eth may have dropped a pump.
No.
Okay. Yo, I saw that last night before bed, and I was like, maybe this is my cue to go to sleep. Because I think he's back with a new account. And
I think it's the was it Angel Pepe?
Yeah. It was.
That was his. I didn't he like dropped in the Nakamigos chat.
I mean, we talked about this. When Giga had this wick, remember on the show, you brought this up, Tyler, and like, well, it's a new wick to fill. And it looks like it's working on it on Giga.
It really is working.
It looks like they're really, working on filling that wick here.
I missed this trade. It's going to be painful when that wick fills.
Definitely missed it too, but you'd love to. So there's still some trades. See, there's still some trades, but you're going to have, most people don't realize that you got to be crazy enough to hold this usually to have this, right? Like this was how long? It launched in January, guys. January 4th. It would launch January 4th. Yeah, something like that.
I mean, imagine buying that chart in June. Like, right. This is like such a hard thing to do.
Yeah. And I don't know which one of you guys sold their Bitcoin, but definitely
German government, I think.
Germany. No.
It is quite literally Germany. Wait, it is literally Germany. We literally talked about how they just moved 10,000 Bitcoin like on the show at 10:16. What am I saying? It is literally Germany. Well, you know what? You know what? I'm so glad y'all are out of the euro. Mm-hmm. I like the German football team, but you know what? You don't deserve to be part of this euro in your own house. There you go. That's what you get for dumping your Bitcoin. Anyways, Blast Gold. Tyler, what? I never even thought this would be a topic of conversation on the show ever again after the last few weeks. And I still haven't claimed my shit. I need to do that. As long as the price goes lower, I'm not claiming. I'm going to claim when the price back up. That clip this weekend killed me. Tell me, Tyler. Tell me. What's up with Blast?
Blast Gold Season 2 is here. We got the details in the DApp guide that came out just a few days ago. So a few highlights. A new Big Bang competition will begin in August with gold rewards, cash funding, and co-marketing opportunities for teams. We got a separate gold allocation for new dApps specifically. So incentives for new teams to enter. The gold distributions are going to be made monthly now in the first week of every month. So we're going to have a little bit more of a steady cadence going forward. dApps are now expected to fully distribute their gold each month before receiving their next month. So again, the game is going to be a little bit easier to manage and track the flows. They did lay out some issues on what to avoid to continue receiving gold, like incentivizing NFT sales or token sales, or basically selling your gold. And then somewhat notable, prediction markets are at the top of their list for the types of dApps they are incentivizing, along with some other standard categories. So that was the bulk of the update. It's going to be a marathon, right? It's 12 months now till June 2025. Though Pac-Man in the AMA said that's the latest the next airdrop will be, but I think we still have to use that as our target. Of course, the price of gold, a little less enticing than it was when we thought it was $8 a bar.
What's the revision now? What's the price of gold right now?
So it's like 90 times $1.50. So that's what, $1.35.
Gold is
Current
$1.
prices. Yeah, with Blast at 0.015. So what's the latest on Blast? I think it's right around there.
Gold is $1.35, and when I claim, I get to claim all my gold. Is that how it works?
You will get Blast tokens. Yeah. So like gold is done from season 1. It all converted. You're getting an allotment of Blast tokens, and that's what you're going to get.
Huh.
But you basically get 90. You get 90 Blast tokens per 1 gold.
Okay.
That's all that worth all that fancy top stuff you did, eh?
I'm gonna have to keep playing Fancy Top for another 6 months probably to.
That'll
I
be.
didn't put that much in.
What is like? Why do I have to watch this?
Short.
I gotta go now.
Let me just claim my shit.
Over 3
All right, see you,
billion
Mando.
TVL
But
across over 1 million users. This
what's it?
has
I'm actually curious. What's the TVL now on these things? Let's go look at. What's the TVL on Blast? You know?
I tracked this last week. I want myself. So
One
there's a few
million.
different
God damn.
measurements. Oh wow, yeah, that's down.
I mean, DeFi Llama usually is my go-to, right?
Yeah, there's a few different sites. Like one tracks like just the ETH and USDB. One tracks what's in the dApp. So there's a few different measures, but regardless, I think that is an accurate view of the ecosystem. Right, like that's. Oh, so have we hit the 14 days? I wonder if that's a part of it. So Blast airdrop would have been. No, we're not even at the 14 days yet for folks who are on the bridge. So I'm not sure if the bridge funds are reported. I would hope that they are.
I mistakenly used the Blast bridge like last month, and as soon as I hit claim, blah, 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 and it was stuck for 14 days. I was like, bro. And then 2 weeks later, I forgot about it. It was like 5 ETH too, so I forgot about it. And then I was on vacation. I don't know. I was like, wait, I have 5 ETH hanging somewhere.
No, that's a nice surprise. Yeah.
And it was right when I had to pay for some shit. And the market was like, oh, whoa. And the market was really just like getting wrecked. So I was like, oh, fuck. I'm on vacation and the market's getting wrecked at the same time, right? And I found that
there are a couple. So like Orbiter, you have to pay like a 2% fee. And then Synapse is a lower fee. So like there's ways to get your money off fast.
Synapse is a great bridge, by the way. I have no affiliation whatsoever, whatever, but I've used Synapse protocol for my Solana a lot. Was it for Solana? I forget what I use it for. Anyways, I've been using Synapse for a bit. It's really, really good as a bridge. It wasn't for Solana. I used to use it for Base, and then before that for Arbitrum. It was really good. So that's a really good bridge. All right, so that's the latest on Blast Gold and Blast. I mean, I guess we'll see in that ecosystem what turns out. Not surprised that they're trying to push like the whole prediction market thing, because it's always like that, right? When someone really cooks, like does it well, like Polymarket does.
Yeah, Polymarket is as hot as ever. I think there is a lot that goes into launching a successful prediction market. Like you have to have tons of liquidity to be able to allow folks to make these bets. So I don't think we're just going to see one pop up. And
wonder what happens post elections. That's my biggest. Obviously, like always open about working on this, but I'm really curious about what happens post election. I mean, we know prediction markets are very popular in times of elections. So every 4-year cycle, but specifically American elections, like even the French, like there was a huge important French election yesterday, and then in the UK as well, right? The Labour Party won this past week, and then, but it doesn't really matter, right? In the States, like nobody cares. In Europe, they don't really like participate in that stuff. So I'm curious what happens post elections, like how you keep that momentum going.
Yeah, I've seen that question raised. I haven't seen any answers to it. I shared the stats last week, like 97% of the money in the over $1 million in action on Polymarket bets, 97% is election based. So like that is effectively going away after November. So it's going to be interesting to see. Yeah. They're fun. I think the edge on that prediction markets have is in politics, because you can't bet those on like traditional book sites for the most part, at least in the States.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess, yeah, we'll see. I'm curious about it. I'm super bullish on it. I do think that it's one step closer to a source of truth. So I think they're going to get adopted more and more and more. So maybe that was the one, right? Maybe it took like the right killer app to ride the election cycle, and post election maybe continues, right? You never know. Even when you look for stuff like, I think sports, is huge for prediction markets. Sometimes even more fun than gambling. Like, oh, betting outright on this. You can go prediction market and see like, oh, who's like, who's favorited and this and that. So I think for sports, it's always going to be a thing, for example, more than just election. So that's interesting. All right. So that's that. What else? What else is going on? I mean, you talked about this 3AC sale. So that happened. So on Friday, I had these on the show and I forgot to bring it up. I went to bring it up because it happened like Thursday night or something. So 3AC still had bids on.
and I guess whoever their auditors were who were handling the bankruptcy just likely didn't check these contracts. And Super Rare, I think, is a little bit different, right, than some of the other sites. It's probably harder to see. So it was a Serialite 101. It's called Neon Village, and the owner apparently realized that this bid was out there.
I think it was anonymous.
So was it anonymous? Oh, okay. Wow.
I'm not sure. I
haven't talked to him about it over the weekend. I know he had some Serialite pieces. It was kind of just like a blast in the past. Like I remember like Serialite pieces were going for 100 ETH.
Dude, yeah.
He was a hot artist back in 2021. Like I wanted a Serialite 101. We saw or Capsule, I think Capsule House was that tried to.
Yeah, it was Capsule House.
Yeah. It's like that collection went to like a 2 ETH floor, I think, at peak. So there was definitely some Serialite.
So it's so funny. Apparently, the liquidator, Teneo, did not cancel the bid made on the Super platform almost 3 years ago prior to 3C's bankruptcy. So they've acquired a Neon Village for 20 ETH. And a few more. No, that's it. Oh, it is anonymous. It's right there. Anonymous.eth. Hey, take the money and run, baby. You see a bid?
There it is. He figured it out.
Fuck this. You know what I mean? Like, so, 20. Oh my God, it's funny. So what happens now? Like, he doesn't have to return it.
No, I think it's fair. I don't think he's going to return it.
Right?
Now, like, it raises the question of where else do they have bids out there?
I mean, I think after that, motherfuckers probably like went and checked every bid to hit them and didn't. Like, I have a feeling that every art collector out there that had was probably on Super Rare this weekend, just checking out if they had like outstanding on some pieces, dude.
A race to the laptop.
Oh, dude, it's insane. I've been thinking about this a lot this weekend. It's really crazy how different this cycle looks compared to the last one.
Did you get caught up in the 101 hype art Mania 21?
Thankfully, I couldn't really. I wasn't like, I didn't have $1 billion ETH, so I couldn't like just buy a ton of 101. But I got caught up into buying a ton of art, like a lot, like editions. I caught up. I don't regret it, by the way, because I have a very nice. I think I have a really nice collection. But for someone who wasn't like buying 100 ETH pieces, whatever. But I did, when you look back, it adds up. It adds up. What I got caught up on was the PFP meta, personally speaking. I got absolutely like obliterated. It's like the meme coins of this cycle. It's gonna be a lot of people leaving the cycle with holding like, oh, you were up like $500,000 on this PFP / insert meme coin, and now you're seeing that you're back down to your round trip, to your initial, and you're gonna sell it probably in June 2025 at break even or at loss. I'm just saying. I'm not saying you in terms of it'll happen to me too. I've round tripped a few meme coins already this cycle, right? Just name of the game. But yeah, I got caught up for me it was PFPs. Got caught up big time. Like definitely like ran up like I think obviously it doesn't count. It's unrealized. Like you were looking at these tools, you were up to like $5, $6, $7 million portfolio. Probably back down to like $1 million portfolio. You know what I mean? Like it was like that. It was the round trip of set. Like I bought the 9th rarest World of Woman because I don't even know why we cared about rarity back then, when the bear market has proven that rarity doesn't matter, for $143,000 back then. But I got lucky because someone actually bought it off me in the bear market for 25 ETH at the bottom of ETH. So ETH went back up. So you could cope saying, oh, in USD terms, but that's cope.
You're doing okay.
That's cope. Like there's many such cases. Like Moonbirds, 180 grand in the gutter. Whatever people think of my Cool Cats trade, that actually ended up being like either a break even or a huge loss. Azuki, round trip. But it is what it is. Sid, we're back here. We're cooking. You know what I mean?
Lessons
what about
learned.
you? What did you get caught up on last cycle?
It was generative art for me. So I actually I was selling Bored Apes to buy art. and that trade worked
for like
for
a
a
couple
month or
months.
two,
Yeah.
and then it didn't work, and then I missed I was apeless on the run to 150.
I sold apes for cats, and then the opposite happened. So I know what you mean.
I sold one of my apes for a rare wicked cranium. So that's a very painful one.
Yeah.
in the history books. And then we're just kind of saying, like, I had buddies telling me in 2021, like, this generative art is a bubble. Like, are you sure all the stuff is really good? And I was like convinced I was going to sell all these pieces to museums one day. So I think we have to apply those lessons to this cycle whenever we think.
It's the same thing. It's meme coins. Like last cycle, I thought about this weekend a lot. Tyler, I'm curious your thoughts. Last cycle, the narrative was NFTs, which onboarded the masses. True story. Not even just like saying onboard the masses. True story. NFTs onboard a fuck ton of people to crypto, including myself, including Mando. Mando's first buy was a Hackatao. Actually, he bought off Danny, I think, or sold it to Danny and started, or it was a Fuel. I forget. Right. So even Mando Novi, sorry, myself, NFTs. A lot of people listening to the space, actually, I recognize faces, came through 2021 Clubhouse spaces, like for stuff like that. And this cycle is the same thing, but it's meme coins. The only difference here, I think, the lifespan of a meme coin is less than an NFT collection. Like for example, you look at the Cool Cast run from 0 to 15 ETH, $50,000 floor was long months. It's the run of Bored Ape. But again, there are some meme coins. We're talking Popcat, we're talking about Mog, we're talking about Pepe. Same thing. It's only a handful that are still trading very high right now. So you could compare it 1-to-1 almost. I don't want to say, oh, this is the bake of that, because it's not. But like, you have the Pepe, which is the leader of this meme coin cycle, followed by Mog, which is its secondary. You want then on Solana, you have Whiff and Popcat, and then you have all the other stuff. Well, Billy now. So I don't know. I think it's very similar in terms of cycle. And meme coins are bringing this cycle the people involved, but the organic ones, not the celebrity meme coins, but I'm talking about the Billies of this world. Pepe was fucking stellar trade for a lot of people, right? What do you think?
I think there's a lot of similarities between NFTs and meme coins. I do think they're bringing in people. They're bringing in more retail than I think some folks will give it credit for. Like I had a random friend. I got the message when he joined Telegram a couple months ago. So I struck up a conversation with them, a friend from grade school. I was like, well, what brought you into Telegram? Because I assumed like it might be something crypto related, because it's probably like, either stock trading or crypto trading. It's getting someone new onto Telegram these days. And it was crypto. And I asked him what he was getting into, and he was getting into Brett. He was asking me thoughts on the Brett coin on base. I was like, that's not even.
They have a lot of outreach, like outside. Yeah, they're doing a lot of marketing.
I think the lesson there is I think there are people coming in. I think the question is, are they going to stick around? So I feel like a lot of folks came in for NFTs. I guess it's the same. Like a lot of people came in for 2021, right? Some stayed through 2022, and then like ultimately a core group stuck around. I think the question is, are we going to see that play out? I think it's perhaps too early to see, but it doesn't. I think folks are worried about the meme coin experience. Is it going to be a negative experience for newcomers who just kind of want to
right? Like how many people about NFTs of the NFT page on Instagram because Offset made a 10K collection and went to 0.
It is exactly the same. And I think that's why part of my problem with everyone like raising the pitchforks against meme coins is I don't think we didn't see this hatred against the NFTs like this strong. Did we?
No, because you were stuck with a piece of art that you could show people. So at Thanksgiving dinner, you can look at your goofy ass 10K PFP and show people, or like Steve Aoki in the middle of his set showing his doodle that he paid $1.2 million for. You can't show the transaction hash of like, oh, look at what this meme or this pop or this. That's why we like the right memes, like the hat stays on, it's a cute little dog. Billy's a cute little dog. You can't really show it. Yeah, you can't materialize it, show it, right? That's your meme coin. You can only see your holdings, which usually have top signal. Oh, look how much I made of this coin. But even like my friends, the cycle, like they're only the ones that are involved in. I have way less normie friends involved in the cycle in crypto, maybe 1/10. And out of the 1/10, they only show me coins. They love trading coins. They love it. And actually, they haven't sent me a single coin over the last bear market. Last couple of weeks, which goes to show you they only come back when the prices are higher. But I don't know. I think it's very similar. And this is also why I don't think we're out of it. Like there was a very similar extreme dip in meme coins in NFTs in the summer of 21, which actually was a famous article on Forbes and others saying that NFTs were a dead technology and it was all going to zero. And then Art Block Summer, CryptoPunk Summer, blah blah blah. So that's what happened. I mean, Penguins are, look at what he's doing. If he's successful, which I believe he will be, because I believe in him as a founder, is things like that are really good for the ecosystem in general for NFTs. But I don't know. I guess we'll see, man. I guess we'll see. I'm much more bullish on memes than I am on alts. That's for sure. I do think they're much better beta to the market in general. Because when you think about it, and we talked about this with D's Friday, Tyler, was why does X need a coin if it's just a technology that we're using? And then you're like, well, that's the bullish case on meme coins.
Mhm.
But I guess things are changing right now. It's a weird, right? It must be weird being like a fourth or fifth cycler because you're really seeing things change IRL. Me, it's just my second one.
It's probably a part of some of the anger or just dissatisfaction with where we're at, I guess, is coming from that cohort. I'm with you. I think the meme season will continue to see like lulls, and then we'll see like the periods of more hyperactivity, just like we saw with the NFT cycle in 2021, 2022. And I don't think we've seen the tops on some of the winners. Again, it's hard to pick all the winners. I think Pepe is pretty much a clear winner at this point. We'll see like Bonk versus Whiff. They're battling it out. I still think Whiff is the winner on Solana. That's becoming like an unpopular take.
I like that. So the reason why I'm staking to this trade, and I've talked about this with Ovi, is because it's become such an unpopular opinion. Like, it is so hated. So I think Ovi was saying that it reminds him of the Bored Ape trade when they took it with Mando and was like the most hated NFT ever. I mean, everybody hated on apes. Like everyone, because everybody missed it. But I don't know.
Yeah, Kobe was flooding like consensus trades, right? Whenever there's a consensus trade, that's usually a bad signal.
I saw that.
Like, I don't like. Would you classify Whiff as a consensus trade? Like,
I think Whiff is a consensus short. As a matter of fact, I believe that consensus is that Bitcoin's going to 44K or 30K right now.
Feeling like consensus, yes.
I tweeted that this morning. I said, what if we never go as low as bears say, just because it has become consensus that we're going so much lower? And I thought that's honestly what I thought about this morning, guys. It's like, what if we don't go as low as people say? Because if you know how like when everybody's too bold up, we never go that high.
Mm-hmm.
Why does the opposite not apply? So what if we just range in 55, 60 for another 3 months? So that means I'm wrong. We don't go to 70. Like all the bulls are like 70, 70, 70, like us. And the bears are 40, 40, 40. What if we just painfully trade for the rest of the summer at 50?
It would be painful. I can tell you that. Like the wild card is still the ETH ETFs, right? Like those could happen like in the next
What if
week.
the ETH ETFs are positive? Consensus is that ETH ETF is the negative.
Correct.
Right? I'm reading it right. Unless I'm wrong. Consensus is that ETH ETFs are going to bring not enough volume, not going to be liked enough. Wall Street doesn't want it as much. But you have a self-made billionaire, one of the most powerful men on earth, I think, talking about tokenizing the world. So I'm just like, what if? So I just want to raise that question for people on a Monday morning. Think about this. We'll probably leave you off on that soon. What if?
What if we go higher?
What if? And you can short what if to whiff.
It's funny. Like when we talked a little bit about the fear and greed index, but literally like the fear and greed index is matching where it was when Bitcoin was like 22K.
Let's look at that.
And the timeline matches that. Like the timeline was just so bearish. I feel like this is the environment.
I mean,
where we could get the rally.
The timeline, dude. Reading the timeline makes me want to sell everything I own. Yet my own convictions, which is why I'm not selling shit, by the way. I'm all in. I've been all in the market since $1,200 ETH. I haven't sold crap. And trust me, there are times where I was sick. I talked about it on the show. Remember when I said I sold everything and all my whiff, and the next morning I woke up, I bought it all back at the same price. I was happy. So I'm back in, all in. Like, sometimes you feel like shit, but you can't have the asymmetrical gains of crypto and change your life and not go through the 70% drawdowns. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not that easy.
You're either bitch made or you're not. You know? And I decided not to be. Anyways, is there anything else, Tyler, that we didn't cover or not? Was there anything else?
I guess quick shout out to Fantasy Top. I think so they're going live in 4 minutes. 16,000 players rigged for these tournaments. That surprised me. I didn't think we would see. Fantasy? For the main tournaments that are starting here in 4 minutes.
Oh no! Hold on.
Yeah, you're
Are
gonna
you
miss
kidding
it
me?
unless you really get in there.
4 minutes. Hold on. Let's do this right now. Let's do it right now. Let's do it right now. I'll go for gold. I'll go for gold because I'm not good enough for elite. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
4
let's hope
minutes.
this site holds up for you.
Okay. Well, is Pac-Man gonna tweet or not? 9059's
Yes.
back. Lupify's definitely tweeting. That MFer loves it.
Yeah, just pull your top 5 cards.
D's is sober. We gotta play D's. Sober D's, bro, is a bet. Is Pac-Man gonna tweet?
Yes.
He has to. Okay, 3 stars. Oh fuck. Oh, I'm a great 3-star. I'm gonna play myself here. Boom.
Oh boy, he's betting on himself, folks. All right, get
Always
another deck in there.
All right, let's get another. Should I submit another gold deck or another like less good deck?
How many more?
I don't have insane cards. Oh fuck! It's not working. Hold on, it's not working. Hold on.
We can post the vlog and get some numbers. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what? Okay, perfect. Thank you, Sims. Yes, let's go. That's my team. Hold on. Let's go. Let's register a silver.
What's hard about silver is it's a 22 cap, so you're gonna have to have some good low guys.
We're sticking to gold. Let's go. Alon, OSF is on fire. Mando's right. The guy just got a kid. He's tweeting more than he's ever tweeted in his life. Vidamo's always a good bet. Rasmer's killing it. And Boleo.
Good. You're not going to get all those guys in there. It's going to be too many stars.
Okay, I still have 2.
Oh,
2
yeah, Hero Epic. That's probably good.
Hero Epic? 2-star? That's a good deck. All right. Next. Do you think I've... Nah.
You have a couple minutes.
Yeah, do I have room for good? Oh, I can do another... Oh, this is a good deck. TG, Bold, Vidamo. Hold on. I have an idea for a good other deck. Here. Vidamo. What? Oh, I have Charlotte Fang too. I forgot. TG's dropping Andrew Tate today.
Yep.
Bold Leo.
That's a good play.
Bold Leo. Loom Dart Epic. Rare. Okay. Oh, 1 star left though.
Yeah, you're too much.
I think we got to remove Bold here, right? Or
Yeah,
okay, we got to remove Bold here. So that leaves us 6. Charlotte. What do you think?
Or War Daddy could be all right.
And then see now I have room for Ward. That's a nice deck. Ow.
Got it in there. All right. At least you got some teams.
I just rolled over my toe with my chair. Yeah, I am unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. Do I have time to put in a quick little silver deck or what?
Let's do it. You got another
I
minute.
like silver. What's max 22 stars? Silver.
You gotta go lower, guys. Yeah.
So you go with like Moon.
Judas and Travis could be good.
You go with Dudas. You go with Travis. How many stars that's left? 6, 7, 8.
8 left.
So I can do a 5 and a 3. Like I can do Easy and Andy. Andy Epic feels good here, you know. And then what? Loom? What are you thinking?
You gotta go common. So
Loom Easy.
Yeah, Loom.
Loomy. That's a proper silver deck.
Not
Okay,
bad.
one more silver. Save me. So what are we winning here now that there's no more gold?
So 11 ETH per tournament in prizes. I think that they didn't advertise any gold, but I think we expect them to get gold. So I think there's expectation. So I think there will be gold on the line.
Okay. Where's Kelly? Is Kelly on vacation or what?
I'm playing him. I hope he's back. I think what we're going to see here, I think most people are just going to revert to a totally normal tweeting strategy. I don't think we're going to see people like really putting
That's a good deck. That's not a bad deck for a secondary silver. I'll take that.
Exactly.
Min is CTO for Billy now. Polymarket intern, OV, Calio, and Mikado. Solid.
It's a good team.
It's a good team. All right.
The team can win, or that team can actually win.
I think I put in some good. What do we have? We have 3 teams. What do we have? 3 teams here in gold. 3. Okay, I put 5 teams in. I'm happy with that. It's starting now. So, anyways, I have. Oh, it's 2 days. Oh, it started. Wait.
You got in right there. So
yo, did we just get in at the cutoff?
Yeah, you got in like literally before it
Are you sure I got in?
Go to your homepage.
Homepage.
View all up top. View all.
Where do you see that?
Right above the white squares, there's a view all button. There you are.
Oh, we made 3 golds and 2 silvers.
You got it. You're in there.
Save my ass. And those are good teams too, dude. I like this. I like this. All right. Save my ass. Well, with that, Tyler, thank you very much. I'm going to go and get my teeth pulled out. So I'll be on the show tomorrow, hopefully. I think I'll be on, but I'll probably be like, ugh. So Tyler's probably going to take the reins here. But don't worry. I'll still schedule all that. And with that, we'll see you tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go. We're still